So that Ghost of Tsushima game did really well. Now everyone be getting hyped for this Rise of the Ronin. And yes, it looks swaggy, but we already have the greatest samurai game ever made, set in the exact same period. This is Way of the Samurai 4. The idea behind it is simple. It's a choose your own adventure style game. If you're old like me, then think of Groundhog Day. If you ain't a fossil, maybe Edge of Tomorrow. And if you don't know any of these references, then I suppose I'll have to explain. Although it would have been so much easier if you guys would have just got the reference. So you repeat the same days over and over again. Learn the routines and the lifestyles of the people around you. Then use the knowledge to make everyone happy. Just like Tom Cruise did back in 2014 with Edge of Tomorrow. Anyways, this game series has it all. You show up in a town as some Ronin, a samurai without a lord. Then from here on out, you choose who you like the most and help them in whatever goals they have. Or if you're like me, end all who stand in your way and aggressively kick their body for loot. Silly amounts of weapons, insane amounts of unlocks, side missions, hidden story paths, sleeping with the ladies. Do all you can to please the babe, then just give up and buy their room key from this creep. Sneak around their room, find other creeps doing the same, then eventually toss them around the room until they let you toss yourself onto them. And don't forget the kinky torture parties. Oh yeah, that kill you. Oh fuck. So, with all that is great with Way of the Samurai, why haven't you heard of it? Where the fuck is Way of the Samurai 5? And what's with this dungeon crawler sporting the Way of the Samurai name? Let's go on a journey to discover how great of a series this is, and just exactly what happened. Now I do love me a good samurai game. Scratch that. I love me a good Japanese game. That's the weebiest thing I've ever said. I can point out many reasons to why this is right now, but I won't. For that, you'll have to wait. But I can tell you that one of the main factors might be the fact that growing up with very little money, the only games I could afford were the ones in the bargain bins. Picture this. Blockbusters. For the younger peeps out there, this was a place for renting movies before Netflix was a thing. In the back of the Blockbusters, a game station. Yet another store lost to time. Anyways, we got storeception going on here, and on this day, I walk around the pre-owned game section. The cheaper the game, the better for me. When this catches my eye, Way of the Samurai 3, coolest of all the box art that day, and to top it off, it was on sale, like 2 games for £10 or something. Long story short, the most bombastic game ever. I played the shit out of this, got all the unlocks, seen all the endings, and yet I still wanted more. So a few years ago, I grabbed the 4th on Steam, and you know what? This game is legit insane. You only have to check out the Steam promotional pictures to uncover how crazy this game is. A zombie man with a child on his back, in a turban, with a hat on. A dual-wielding box man with a cheeky little face. And whatever this thing is. I mean, you get my point. So this made me want to create some art of my own. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Gourd Man. Let's explain the game. You show up to a new land as a Ronin. Straight away we get to see the factions in play. On the black ship we have the tea drinking swag lords, battling it out the xenophobes who hate the British, and finally the Popo trying to gain peace and order. There is some secret plots going on here too. This dude wants Japan to open their minds to the idea of learning about the British. The Qin wants to become the new British Empire and take over the world. And these girls want to torture you until you turn into one of their creepy sex dungeon pigs. Now, go ahead and be the samurai of your fantasies. I was shocked at how much was truly going on behind the scenes, if I'm honest. Not just from a story point of view, but from a game view also. Show up as Ronin, pick your path, become a legend, get ending, repeat. It's quite straightforward. With multiple areas, each with 3 different time zones, morning, noon and night, anything can happen. Late into one playthrough, I happen to pass through the graveyard at night. I get this scene, cheeky barmaid doing la sneaky. Because I thought she was a babe, I decided to bed her like a champ. But if I was to choose this option here, bam, she was the secret assassin the whole time. Legit, I played this game like 10 times plus and seen 9 of the endings, many involving this assassin to show up and kick heads in. Yet, this was the only scene and the only chance you get to find out about this secret. My mind was blown. With the many branching paths within the 7 days or so of the game taking place, this stuff kept on happening, and let me tell you, the death of my boy JJ, ouch. R.I.P. homie.
Goodbye, baby!
82 different fighting styles, all with unique moves, 152 accessories, countless jobs and activities, 109 special weapons. One of my favourite things to do is go to the blacksmith, build my own custom sword, then because I'm poor and I can't pay, I smash his head in. Anyways, with the Way of the Sammy series, there's always the best ending. Normally a bunch of secret events and paths that allow you to make everybody happy. In the case of Way of the Samurai 4, it was the most convoluted, secretive, obnoxious as all hell. And I love it. So let me explain. You just completed a playthrough, you save your character, then you can choose to play the game again with the same character. Everything else resets. At least that's what I assumed. But no. See, there are 3 things that don't. The hospital, the English school, and the casino. For the best ending, you need to open 2 of these on a previous playthrough and leave them open. But make sure the casino is closed. Why? Well, because the hospital closed, my guy gets shot and dies like a bitch. With the English school closed, we can't teach the emo about the ways of the world.
This is a pen.
Apple pen.
And if the casino is open, my boy JJ has a chronic case of gambling and just wants to die. But with the casino closed on the other hand, you find him on the ship having a drink being bored. So you take him to a sushi store where he wants to become a sushi chef. Now normally around this point, the Chin opens up a tournament where the winners get to eat a turd sandwich and get dumped into a pot of boiling hot water. My first ever ending right here. But if you've managed to complete all the secret ending plot points, he decides to just boil one dude alive for the bants. He then tries to boil the babe alive. Around this point, you get an awesome Metal Gear Solid torture scene, to which I died on ridiculous numbers of times, let's not talk about it. After which, you have to fight the dominatrix babes without any weapons. Flash forward to saving the girl, one-on-one battle with the Chin. He then gets boiled alive, but somehow lives. You chase him down, assassin girl shows up, cheeky bitch. Then you kill the boiled Chin and GG, that's your ending. I hope you all followed along at home. And what I'm trying to say in the longest way possible for anyone who's managed to make it this far in the video, Japanese games have a special place in my gaming heart, thanks to the developers wanting to make awesome games. It's not just an interactive story that drags you through every inch of their well-designed game, showing off every tiny facet, but instead, they hide so much of their hard work and dedication to the players that want to dedicate themselves to finding the secrets.
One hard gangsta, diamond.
It's a shame that we might not ever get the chance to see Way of the Samurai 5. Unfortunately, with reviews not being as good as Acquire had hoped, they scrapped whatever they had for Way of the Samurai 5 and instead used the assets to make this. And yes, it might have factions and some of the combat features that made Way of the Sam so great, but they turned it into a dungeon crawler. It goes without saying that people wasn't too pleased, and after an interview many years ago with the Acquire devs, they admitted to wanting to make another numbered title, But they also commented that they think Way of the Samurai is dead and forgotten. It's a shame really, because with the likes of Sekiro, Ghost of Tsushima, Nioh, heck even Elden Ring was very Japanese in the way the game is played. And the upcoming Rise of the Ronin, Japanese games are just as popular as ever. What better time than to bring back the GOAT that is Way of the Samurai? But that's just my take on the whole situation. And as I always say, IGN might have given your game a bad score, but who the hell gives a crap what IGN say? Peace.